So one of my subscribers hit me up on Instagram. His name Jojo. He asked me, 368 process Rashad. I'm about to be 16 in a few months, and I want to learn how to drive. Can you put a video up on how to drive? So you know what? I'm gonna put a video up on how to drive. Before I make this video, I gotta speak on this. Depending on what state you live in, the driving rules are different. But the ones I'm gonna talk to you about are critical errors. So they should be the same everywhere, all around. Like even if you live in a different country, like these rules should apply to driving. Just because these are the critical errors. Let's look at that plane over there flying up. Yeah, these critical errors should apply to all driving in every situation, any country, any planet, any solar system, any galaxy, wherever you at. These are DMV handbook errors. If you make any of these mistakes that I'm about to go over with you right now, you automatically fail your driving test. Alright, so before I start this video though, I just want to say, when you're learning how to drive, it's best to have some experience. It's not legal unless you have a permit. So you get a permit and then you just go to like a big parking lot like this with somebody that know how to drive and have a license. It's a big parking lot. You see how big this parking lot is? I just saw somebody just a few minutes ago learning how to drive in here. You'll get comfortable behind the wheel, but that's not going to teach you how to drive in traffic conditions. So after you get comfortable, that's when you get in traffic, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna take you in traffic now and show you the 10 critical errors that you shouldn't make or you automatically fail your driving test. They're gonna check to make sure you know your signal. Whoever you with that's teaching you how to drive, like your mom or something, they'll show you how to do all this, but you make sure you know how to do your blinkers and everything, all right, and turn on the lights and all that good stuff. Other than that, let's get onto the road now. Basically, you just want to start the car first. Start your car, put it in drive.
So they gon' drop it down for me like, oh,
and let's hit on these critical errors. Got a little notepad right here with all the critical errors. Let's try and demonstrate these. I'm not gonna do the errors, but I'm gonna mention them and just get like little fucking situations. Oh yeah, don't forget to put your seatbelt on too. Critical error in the driving test. Make sure you signal, look both ways, turn. So the first critical error is changing lanes without doing the 3-point rule, which is first you gotta turn your blinker on. See, they don't want to let you go. They don't want to let you get over. You gotta wait. I mean, don't be one of those people that be in a rush all the time to get to where they gotta be. You know, you don't gotta get over immediately. Give yourself time to get over. Illegal left turn. Notice how there are 2 designated left turn lanes right here. So I could go to any one of those lanes to make my left-hand turn. I'm pulling up on this SUV right here, and I pull up on the side of them because I could turn it. Both of those lanes are left-hand turn lanes. The mistake comes in when people, they in the left-hand turn lane, there's 2, they end up crossing into the next one. Let me give you an example right quick. So we're both turning, right? Notice how the mistake is they'll go into the other outside lane and cut traffic off. Or if they're on that lane, they'll cut in before they complete the turn and cut off the car that was in that lane, which causes accidents. It's a lot of things. All right, here's a quick tip. If there's only one lane that you can turn, that you're turning in, then you have a choice of which you can go to either lane, you know. But if there's 2 left-hand turn lanes, then you can't. You have to stay in your lane. Critical error number 3: failure to yield. All right, right here, make sure you stop. Don't go into the crosswalk when you see the red light. Automatic fail. So this is an unprotected left-hand turn. All right, so yield. I seen that Infinity didn't have his blinker on, so I just yielded. And then I noticed that truck right there was coming through. I knew he didn't stop yet, so I just yielded. And then I made my turn when I knew it was appropriate because the other car had their signal on, so I knew they weren't going straight. Right here, here's a stop sign coming up. Make sure when you see stop signs, you don't pass the limit line. Clearly stop before you touch the limit line, the white line. If you pass that or land on it, your instructor that's taking your sitting right there for your driving test, they might fail you automatically if you pass that. All right. If you see pedestrians, make sure you stop. Like in the middle of the street, make sure you stop before you get to them. And let them safely cross the road, because that's how they want you to do. Don't be that guy. You see that guy right there? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Look at him just. And also, if you don't watch your speed, then you right here. Critical error number 4: failure to stop. So right here is construction. Be mindful of that. I pull up and I stop on the limit line because I don't want my back end hanging out. It was narrow. All right, so make sure you stop and let the pedestrians fully cross the street before you make your right-hand turn. If you don't wait until they fully cross the street and you start turning while they're in the street still, you automatically get a fail. They call that a critical error. Here's the second example. Make sure you stop before you make that turn. Stop before you get to the limit line. Observe what happens. See, he could have ran out in the street. You don't know that. So you stop. Even though you know it wasn't his turn to cross the street yet. You stop. That's why they have that. Alright, and then you ease up. Okay? If you want to make that turn. I couldn't see anything, so I didn't ease up, and I eased up a little bit. And then that's when I noticed the pedestrians there. So I stopped, and then that's when I let the pedestrians safely cross the street. I didn't try and beat them. I just let them safely cross. Alright, so when they safely cross the street and then get on the sidewalk, then that's when you're able to turn. If you're not an experienced driver, then you may have not been able to do that turn, so you should just wait until you really know it's safe, because they could have jetted out in the street. You never know. Here's another example real quick. See, there's a pedestrian crossing the street. In the driving test, they will, if that guy steps in the street, you have to wait for him, no matter if he's way back there. You don't try and beat him. You wait until he safely crosses the street. And if you was that truck, then you would have to wait for him to safely cross the street, or you get an automatic fail in the driving test. That's a critical error from failure to yield to pedestrians. Alright, so yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it for that.